Hey everybody, what's up y'all? Welcome back to my channel. Tammy Talks here. Married at First Sight, season 14, episode 4, Bliss, Brunches, and Brawls. Oh my. If you're brand new to my channel, I do breakdowns of Married at First Sight, giving each couple their own dedicated video, just because it's easier that way to group everything that happened with that couple together. And then plus, if you don't care about a couple, you're not stuck sitting through like a video about them. So if you enjoy that type of content, go ahead, hit that subscribe button, hit the notification bell so you don't miss the other 4 videos that are going to come tonight. Thumbs up the video if you enjoyed it. Hop into the comment section and let's talk about this foolishness, y'all. I can't even begin to put into words everything that happened on tonight's episode, really with every single couple. Excuse me, but let's go ahead and start with the couple that had the most mess, Chris and Alyssa. So it's wedding night, and they just had this talk. It picks up right where it left off. They just had this talk where Alyssa was telling Chris that they're so different, they're not going to get along with each other, but she still doesn't want to talk about like what her issue is with him. She won't say. She won't even stand next to him to wait for the elevator. So like he's by the elevator door and she's like way back there, and it's like, come on girl, you acting like this man got cooties or got the clap or something. Stop it. So they get on the elevator and he's asking her, do you want to talk? What is the issue? I don't know what happened. I don't know what's going on. She doesn't want to talk. So she goes into the hotel room, the room that they're supposed to be sharing. She grabs all her belongings and she leaves. She leaves. So before that, he asks her, do you want to talk off camera? Do you want to have some privacy? No. She doesn't want to talk. So you're telling this man that, one, you have an issue with some things that you have heard. You're uncomfortable being around him. You're uncomfortable with what you heard, but you don't want to talk to him though. No, why would we talk? You don't want to talk to him, but he needs to just respect what you want to do. That's not how this shit works. I'm sorry, but that is not how this works, Alyssa. If you don't want to be with Chris, you don't like Chris because he's not aesthetically pleasing to you, because let's be real, that's what the issue is. So Chris is not attractive to you. You need to be a fucking woman and tell him. Don't do this. This is so annoying because Chris doesn't deserve this. Yeah, we all talked about his teeth. Yeah, he has messed up teeth. Whether y'all want to cape for them teeth or not, I understand teeth can be fixed, all that other stuff y'all put in the comments. He still has messed up teeth, but he absolutely does not deserve to be treated like he's a fucking ogre or whatever she's doing. That's ridiculous. So the next morning, Alyssa wakes up alone, and she goes to the hotel room, and her and Chris talk again. And she's saying how she doesn't feel good about what transpired last night. You caused it though. You caused it. So Chris said that they talked off camera around 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning, and she told him, we just don't vibe, which means that I'm not attracted to you. That's really what we don't vibe means on Married at First Sight. It means I'm not attracted to you, right? So, these are my notes, by the way, for the people that complained about me looking at my phone in the last video. These are actually notes. They're just notes. So when she gets to Chris's suite, she is saying that she doesn't feel the greatest. She didn't sleep well, and he's worried that she's checked out because she has. Chris, she checked out the moment she turned the aisle and saw you. She checked out. So she said that, or he said that, I guess off camera, he told her that he feels that she didn't sign up for this for the right reasons. So because of that, she's offended. She's upset. She's, like, how dare you, kind of. But it's like, girl, you didn't. You came into this thinking that you were going to get a fine-ass, tall, dark, and handsome white man that likes country and wants to live out on the farm with you and do all that other kind of stuff, and that's not what you got. They gave you what matched your personality-wise on paper. What Married at First Sight really needs to do is have these women and these men pick out celebrities that they find aesthetically pleasing so that they can find people that look within that realm of facial features, I guess. Because we shouldn't keep having these situations where these people are completely not attracted to these other people on here, and then they start treating them like crap and making them feel as if they're just awful people. That shouldn't be happening. And I know that Married at First Sight is doing this for entertainment purposes, but watching somebody get shit on is not entertainment purposes. That's not how you build your brand. That's not, on top of that, you're making both people look bad. You know what I mean? Because you have one person that's getting shit on the entire time, then you have this other person that's coming across as just a complete awful person. So she said that they are two different people, that they don't have similar interests, hobbies, they live very different lives. They have different core values, and I'm like, you don't know what core values he has because you don't talk to him. But alrighty, so she said, but she still wants them to have a good experience, aka was going to get this money together by still being on the show, and she moves very slow in relationships, aka don't think we're going to kiss, touch, or sleep together. So Chris meets with Alyssa's mother and her friend, and he tells her that Alyssa said that she has some concerns and that she doesn't think they are compatible. Both her mother and her friend are shocked, and I'm like, y'all know that, because she probably told y'all. So her mother is like, I think that you're exactly what she needs. I think you're a good guy. I think you guys would be good together. Her friend was like, she's being rash. She doesn't make the best decisions in men. This is what happens with her typically. And her friend thinks that on the honeymoon, they'll be able to get to know each other a little more and sort out whatever issues that they might be having. Her mother thinks there is hope. Alyssa's rude self meets with Chris's family, and it's awkward because she's making it awkward because she can't even play along and just ask some basic questions about Chris. She doesn't even want to ask basic questions about Chris. So they're like, you must have a bunch of questions about Chris. And she's like, yeah, I don't even know where to start. And I don't want to be rude to her, but like you in this cockeyedness, I just feel like, Alyssa, you just have no room to be as rude as you are being to this man. You got a double chin, you have bad skin, your hair looks very wiggish, the way it sits on top and kind of leans to the side a little bit. Like, but you know what? Ugly people get treated ugly. And I mean ugly is in the inside. Ugly is in the inside. So she said signing up for the show was a hard decision, but she was hoping to get like a great outcome, yada, yada, yada. Chris's family thinks that they're a good match. And I said, oh, y'all about the only people. Chris's family thinks that they're a good match. So Alyssa says in the confessional that she's typically a very open person, but she does not feel comfortable talking to these people. And I'm like, so you're not, nothing that you have shown us has shown that you're open. You don't want to talk to Chris about the issues that he's having. You don't want to talk to his family, just conversation, basic, simple conversation. You could have basically said, what are some of Chris's hobbies? Oh yeah? What is Chris's food? Oh, he likes Mexican? Cool. You could have just played the game, and you couldn't even do that. So, Chris's family, once again, just don't know what to say about him. So I don't know if that was an uncle or a friend, but he was like, Chris is very dedicated to his work. You know, real estate is a very fast-paced, you know, super invasive job because, you know, those people work, they're commission-based. So they're very focused on work. So he's like, you know, there are times where, you know, he might be working late and stuff, and you might feel like you're number two, but you're not. You just got to kind of get used to, you know, how he divides his time. Alyssa takes that as Chris doesn't know how to have a work-life balance. And I'm like, girl, if he was single, what would he be balancing? So they meet back up, and he asks her, how does she feel about going on a trip with him? She said she's happy to go on a trip with the other couples. It's going to be great to hang out with the other couples. No mention of even hanging out with him. So I thought you wanted this experience to be good for you guys. You can't even go in under the guise of we can just be friends. You can't even tell tell production maybe we need a 2-bedroom hotel room so that we can still kind of meet together. But I don't want to like. I'm over it. I'm so over it. So he's like, okay, well, what do you want to do? Maybe we can go, shopping or look at whatever. And she was like, I just want to lay on the beach. And he's like, okay, cool. I'm cool with the beach, because Chris has said before that he's willing to kind of change himself and assimilate to whatever his spouse wants, whatever his wife wants him to do. So in the confessional, she's like, he's trying to gas me to death. Like, if he wants to go do things, he can do them by himself. And it's like, if I was production, I'd have told her, you can't go. You can't go on the trip unless you interact with this man. But you can't go and just be rude about it. That's the whole thing. If you're not attracted to Chris, you're not attracted to Chris. But you can't treat this man as if he's lesser than you. You can't treat this man as if you are just completely disgusted by the sight of him because he hasn't done anything to you. So they're in Puerto Rico, they're in baggage claim, and Chris is, he sees all the other couples, doing their thing, cool. He's standing here by himself doing his, and we see her walk right past him, and he's like, yeah, she just walked right past me and got on the bus. So my thing is, what makes you think that the other couples want you being the fifth wheel, or wait, what would it be? Want you being a ninth wheel to them. So everybody else is coupled up, and then here you come being a creeper. No, go spend some time with. My whole thing is like, you keep saying that y'all can be friends or have a pleasurable experience. Why can't you go do stuff with him to get to learn about him? You don't know anything about him to not like him. If you shallow, girl, then just say it. If you're that shallow, then just say it. So they're all like looking out at the ocean, and you can see all the couples are like standing by each other, interacting with each other because we're married. Meanwhile, she's ignoring him the entire time. So Chris is like, this is kind of awkward, all the other couples, I'm sure they can tell that there's something going on with us, and that's why no one has asked us about like the wedding night. No one's asking us anything. And so like it's kind of ostracizing him because he does like they don't want to say the wrong thing or ask a question that's gonna bring up some pain. So Michael does the confessional, and he was like, it's odd, like we don't know what's going on, but there's definitely some tension between the two of them. So back at the hotel, they're out on the balcony talking, and she's like, wow, this is beautiful. Wow, beautiful view. And then Chris was like, so yeah, it is beautiful, but do you want to keep looking at it here in this room? On some, like, are we going to really try to make this work, or are you going to keep doing what you're doing, which is nothing? So she says she's not comfortable staying in the room with someone that she doesn't know very well. You signed up for a show called Married at First Sight, and you don't want to sleep in the room with somebody that you just met. Now, I guess my question is this. If she would have gotten a, what's that one fine white man's name? The one that was on Gossip Girl. Not creepy ass Joe. Not him. Is it Chad Michael Murray or Chase Crawford? If she would have got any of them like good looking white men, she wouldn't have a problem staying in the room with them. My thing is like, girl, just be honest. Stop making up these excuses to try to deflect from your awful personality. So Chris tells her, basically like reads her down, and it's like, look, I don't think you're putting forth the effort. Any chance that you get, you're finding all these excuses, whatever. And then he tells her, I think you were expecting a perfect person and you didn't get that. So she was like, I wasn't expecting a perfect person. But let's be real. I feel gypped. You feel gypped. Said that they have nothing but differences from their core values to personalities to hobbies to what they like to do. I said, damn, girl. I feel like if Chris would have said that he uses Charmin and you use Continental, you would have said we like different toilet paper. This is not gonna work. Like this is awful. This is painful to watch. I feel bad watching this. So he told her, I think you lying. Basically, and you have never given this a chance. She said that's not true, and she's not gonna stand on camera and be called a liar. So she walks up in a tizzy, puts her head in front of her face. So then he comes in the room, and she's like, every time I think I'm gonna try to give us a chance, something else happens. And he was like, what did I do? She's mad that Chris told her mother what she said. So that basically means that she was lying to her mother. So when her mother said that she really likes you, Alyssa was lying to her mother. So she's mad that Chris was like, yeah, I'm not going to lie to your mother. You said you had concerns about us, and that's what I told your mother when she asked. So Alyssa was like, you should have just told her that, the wedding night had some challenges. And it's like, no, let's not lie about this, because she wants to keep up this lie. She wants to keep up this facade, because what she wants to be able to do is say at the end, it just didn't work. Meanwhile, you did not try the entire time. So then she's like, why don't we just keep it real and say we're not compatible, this isn't going to work, let's see how we're going to navigate through this the next week. She then goes on this tirade about how she wants respect from him. Respect! As if she's been respecting him. She's been literally nothing but disrespectful to this man the entire time. I am floored. I am floored, y'all. Wow. Married at First Sight, season 14, episode 4. Who child? Alyssa is the villain that we all thought she was going to be. She is gaslighting him. She is condescending. She is blatantly lying to this man's face, and she's on here for a check. And I really feel like production needs to kind of step in at some point, and when they see that these people are not going to work, cut them from the show, stop them checks, because you're not taking it seriously. You're not trying with the process. Send that ass home. And then we can just go down to 4 couples. Because at least the other 4 couples are at least trying with one another. If you have not already subscribed to the channel, thumbs up the video. Hop to the comment section, y'all. Let's talk about Alyssa.